Hi there. So it's day 23 of the reset. It's Tuesday, and today we're kind of winding up with the nutritional component of the programs because tomorrow we're going to dive into the lifestyle factors. Having said that, towards the end of the week, we will look at dairy, because it's important to know what's going on with dairy as we start to reintroduce it into our diet after the detox. But yeah, that's later. Today we're talking about collagen, and we're mad about collagen. We're mad about bone broth. And the reason for this is that most people are not consuming enough collagen. In case you've come across this video on YouTube and you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link below in the video notes. You can just jump across to my website and there you'll read all about this 31-day detox and reset program, which follows the model of Ancestral health, which is the paleo diet, which is primal health, okay? So today, collagen, are you consuming enough? Most people are not consuming enough collagen, and which is a pity because it's super important. If we're not consuming enough collagen, our body struggles to function well, our body struggles to heal well. We're used to seeing collagen as an ingredient or as sort of promoted as a beauty supplement, but there's a lot more going on with it. So collagen, gelatin and glycine. Collagen is essential for all cells and systems in the body. It's the most abundant protein, and we can only receive it through animal proteins. There are no vegetarian sources of collagen. It's comprised of 3 amino acids: glycine, proline and hydroxyproline. So glycine is the primary amino acid in collagen. It accounts for about 33%. Proline is essential for its formation, and hydroxyproline is the precursor of proline. So they all work together with vitamin C and lysine to build all of the connective tissues in the body. So the word collagen comes from the Greek colla, which means glue, and in Italian it's the same, colla, and it means glue. And so collagen is kind of like the glue that holds all of the pieces of the body together, right? It's the main structural protein. Our bones and skin and connective tissues and the lining of the digestive tract and muscles and tendons all depend upon it. Collagen gives our tissues and skin their elasticity, right? It allows us to recover quickly after exercise and to heal after injury. So the question, so it's really important. You can see that it's super, super important for our health. How much collagen do we need? Well, the human body requires at least 10 grams of glycine per day, and even more so if you're managing a disease that disrupts glycine synthesis, such as rheumatoid arthritis, for example. Now, only about 3 grams can be synthesized by the body. We need to get the other 7 grams from the diet itself. And the best sources of collagen come from the skin and the bones and the connective tissues of animals, right? So you can see that, for this reason, if we're not consuming the skins and bones and connective tissues of animals, then how are we going to get it? Well, through regular consumption of bone broth, and through a good quality collagen supplement. And this is really interesting as well in terms of our evolution, in terms of our sort of like Paleolithic ancestry, whereby the Homo sapiens was basically just eating all sorts of things, whatever they could get their hands on, basically. And if you think about the food chain, they weren't, Homo sapiens wasn't always at the top of the food chain. Often we were eating the remnants of what the bigger and fiercer animals had left behind, right? So it is fair to say that in our long-term ancestry, we were eating a lot of this, through the diet, but now we're not eating this stuff, right? So it's the best sources of collagen for our intake is bone broth and a good quality collagen supplement. Tell me more about glycine. Glycine is the smallest and simplest of the 22 essential amino acids, but its importance cannot be overstated. It's important for pretty much all of the systems. For the digestive system, glycine helps break down fat by regulating the bile acids. It helps carry glycogen into cells to be used for energy. It helps rebuild the tissues that line the intestine, and for this reason, it's powerfully healing for people who suffer from intestinal hyperpermeability. Yeah, so for leaky gut, for IBS, and for other digestive disorders, if you've got digestive issues going on, get into the bone broth on a regular basis, every day if you can. The circulatory system, glycine is required for the biosynthesis of the heme ion, which is a key component of hemoglobin, and hemoglobin ensures healthy red blood cells that carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Glycine and the nervous system. Glycine works with taurine and gamma aminobutyric acid, or GABA, as an inhibitory neurotransmitter, which means it calms down an overly excited nervous system, right? So if we're talking about hyperactivity or schizophrenia or bipolar or epilepsy, the glycine helps protect the body, from all of this hyperactivity. It helps protect the body also from shock, and it promotes sleep. So a cup of bone broth before going to bed works wonders, for good sleep. Glycemia. Glycine helps regulate blood sugars by converting glucose into energy. Muscles. Glycine is needed for creatine biosynthesis, which provides the muscles with a direct energy source. It helps build muscle tissue and strength. And in the absence of collagen, the damaged tissues can't repair. It's an anti-aging activator. Glycine is needed to keep connective tissues and skin firm and flexible, and it helps prevent the formation of free radicals. And for our hormones, glycine is required for the biosynthesis of estrogen and androgen and the androgen hormones, and it also helps to stimulate the secretion of human growth hormones. So you can see that it is just super important for our bodies. What's the difference between gelatin, collagen, and glycine? Collagen and gelatin are more or less the same thing, okay? Gelatin is the protein that's released when skin, bones, and connective tissues of animals are cooked. When we make bone broth, it's the gelatin that causes the broth to turn into a semi-solid jelly-like mass when it's cooled and in the fridge. And as I've said, if it's fair to assume that unless you consume bone broth regularly, your gelatin collagen intake is likely to be low. Now, collagen is simply a gelatin-derived protein peptide, right? So to isolate the collagen, the skin, bones, and connective tissues of animals undergo more intense processing so that those large protein molecules of the gelatin are simply broken down into small collagen peptides. They both contain the same amino acids, and our digestive acids are going to break them down in the gut regardless of whether they come from gelatin or collagen. So since collagen is already broken down into similar protein structures, it may be easier to digest and assimilate. This might be a good thing for people who have digestive problems, but for the most part, once it's in the gut, the digestive enzymes are going to break them down. So the question of which is better to take, gelatin, bone broth, or powdered collagen peptides, it depends on how we're using it, basically. Gelatin must be dissolved in hot water, and when cold, it causes the liquids to gel, right? This means you can drink it hot like a broth, or you can buy gelatin in sheets or in powders and turn it into desserts like jelly and panna cotta, right? So I love using gelatin in summer to make desserts, and knowing that I'm getting that extra boost of gelatin. I don't use it much during winter because I'm using bone broth. Bone broth as a source of collagen is brilliant. It's excellent as the first course of a meal or as a snack. A cup of bone broth before bed will help you sleep. Using it when you're cooking your vegetables and making stews and soups will make the taste of whatever you're cooking rich and sumptuous. And with the Instant Pot, with your electric pressure cooker, it's easy to make it at home. Talk about this further on in the email. It's easy to make it at home. It's cheap. All you need is inexpensive or free. A good butcher will just give you those bones for free because he's going to throw them out anyway. All you need are bones, celery, carrot, herbs and salt, and it's eco-friendly because it means that you're using more parts of the animal than you would if you're just consuming the muscle meat. Yeah, so we do recommend, within this model of health, we promote regenerative farming, we promote good ethical decisions, and so we, if we can eat, from tip to tail, all the better. And so making bone broth is a good sort of step in this direction. And your powdered collagen is great because sometimes you don't want to be drinking bone broth, especially in springtime and summer when you're not as likely to be drinking lots of soups or consuming lots of hot stews. Collagen dissolves in cold water. It doesn't gel, which means that you can mix it with any type of drink, hot or cold. So during the warm months, you can make a smoothie with a scoop of collagen. You can also add it to baked goods like energy bars and muffins, or energy balls, as little energy balls. And to be honest, I actually just if I make a little fruit salad for after lunch, I'll just put on a couple of tablespoons of coconut and a scoop of collagen powder, and then coconut cream. Yeah, so I'm getting my extra collagen in that way. So they all have their place, but the important thing is just to take it, okay? Question, should I take a collagen supplement? Yes, collagen supplements are good for everyone, especially if you're not consuming a lot of bone broth. Remember that we need about 10 grams a day. We're only likely to consume, we can only produce about 3 of those grams. And so we need to get the other 7 grams from the diet. Yeah, powdered collagen peptides may be particularly useful if you suffer from chronic fatigue syndrome or anemia or hypoglycemia. If you need to increase your energy levels and just your general well-being. If you're an athlete, you'll probably want more of it. If you have connective tissue issues, which I do, you want more of it. If you want to improve the appearance of your skin, if you suffer from joint and muscle pain, and if you're managing an autoimmune disease, yes, get hold of a good collagen supplement. Remember also that collagen synthesis requires vitamin C, so it's a good idea to add a few blueberries or if you're a kiwi fruit into your smoothie. Some recommendations there for buying collagen online in the USA and in Europe. And then below in the Eat section, there's an article here about the Instant Pot and why I recommend it. It's the best kitchen appliance ever. It's just, everyone says so. It's hard to explain, but you can click through to the post here, which is 11 irresistible reasons for buying an Instant Pot. We just love ours. I use mine at least once a day. Sometimes I might skip a day, but on other occasions I'll use it 3 times. And absolutely, without a doubt, for making bone broth at home, it's essential. Okay. So that's it for today in your movement recommendations. The recommendation for today is to do a round of the primal essential movements or the 7-day workout. And there's your motivation exercise. So keep thinking positive, practice positive visualizations. And yeah, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Ciao.